Regent Park is growing and thriving, but the same can't be said for many of the trees planted during the neighborhood's redevelopment. Dozens are dying, and residents say no one is taking responsibility. Magda Graber-Selassie went to find out what's at the root of the issue.
Regent Park is blossoming, but many of its trees are not thriving.
There are dead trees, but there are also struggling and dying trees.
Stephanie Beatty moved here 2 years ago. She took me on a tour to see the troubled trees, and she says there are about 60 of them.
Like, here's one, for instance, which is really valiantly struggling to survive.
Now this is your building, right? So outside of your building, instead of a line of healthy trees, you've got a bunch of stumps.
We have stumps. We did have dead trees for a couple of years, I think, in front of the building, and the city kept saying it was going to deal with them, and their way of dealing with them was to come and to chop them down. I think for me, the tip of the iceberg, I think if there's this kind of visible neglect in the neighborhood this early on in the revitalization, what's going on behind the scenes?
She says she got nowhere complaining to Pam McConnell, the area's councillor. Others in the community also want to know what's at the root of this problem.
I think it's unfortunate because right before the revitalization, they cut down a lot of the older trees and they replaced it with the younger ones.
It's affecting our canopy in this area, so I think Parks and Recreation should investigate.
It's an issue for air quality, greenhouse gas.
An investigation is underway. Councillor Mary Margaret McMahon is the chair of the Parks and Environment Committee. She says they've uncovered the problem. The developer used the wrong soil.
I'm not sure as to why the developer did not use the correct soil. Mistakes happen. This is a very decent developer, and we are looking at better plantings, better soil, and better trees.
The plan is to have the right soil and better trees planted this fall. I'm Magda Graber-Selassie for CBC News in Regent Park.